I am on live. So far, only using 3B pencil. If you want to check my channel, you can see like the first part of this uh, sketch. So uh, when I left, we were working on the leaf here. Um, let's see. You can see very faint highlight here on the top of the leaf. I'm going to try to hit that. In order to get that highlight, well, first we're going to need like a darker shade all around here. The leaf is darker than the background, and we're going to try to get a hard line on that. But anyway, to get that highlight, we have to get a dark behind. So I'm going to use the electric eraser to attempt to get that highlight. And okay, so we need to get a good shade in there. Here comes the electric eraser. Let's hope for the best here. Ready? Okay, the electric eraser comes with this little brush. Any other brush I tried to get rid of the eraser residue has smeared the sketch, but for some reason this brush works really great. All right, so now we're going to refine this area, and I'm going to try to do that with the F pencil, which is good for detail. So I have the F matte pencil sharpener here. So we are going to go F matte pencil sharpener, get like a razor sharp, where is it here? There it is. Look at that point. Wow. Okay. So now to really get the, let me zoom back. To get this highlight on the leaf, we need some really strict detail, on top and inside. So here goes. Let's see. I was trying to get on my computer what's happening, but uh, can't seem to get it. Anyway, so the outer edge is very sharp. So here goes a sharp outer edge. I sort of missed the boat on where that highlight actually is. It's closer to the edge. So we're going to try to erase a little more here. There's little dots here. Got to highlight the napkin in back right there. There's a slight highlight on the napkin here. A bit here. And let's try to get the outer edge down here just while we're at it. Okay. So this shadow right here, is that in the picture? Yes. So that's this shadow's too dark. So I'm gonna just take the kneaded eraser and try to just lighten that shadow slightly. Now we're gonna go back and make a lighter shadow. F pencil, they say it's like a 2B, and no one really knows the exact part of, lead softness of a F pencil. Okay, now we're going to try to uh, just refine the whole area here. I got enough down here that I can, I think I can, uh, attempt to do details now. So, these are like micro details, and, you don't want to start doing that until you have a really good sense of proportion wherever you're going to do it. And remember, the proportion is not, we're not trying to do a photo here. I mean, it'd be nice if we accidentally come up with a photo, but we're not really trying to do a photo. So, we're doing a representation, a depiction. So here there's a slight highlight, which is not really reflected there. So I'm going to just try to take a little bit out here. The kneaded eraser, here we're taking out too much, but we're going to soften the highlight now by just shading around the highlight. So here I'm going to exaggerate this shadow just to hopefully get more depth. So here we're just going a little bit darker. I think I'm going to get a darker pencil, bounce back to the 3B pencil here. Okay, so see that's sort of coming out. We're going to erase up here a little bit more. I don't know if it looks like a leaf, but we're getting an accurate depiction, that's for sure. So here I'm going to get this edge of the leaf. I'm not really big on, lines in a sketch, but we're just going to do a shade that reflects this left side of the leaf. And so here we go. There's a little bump right here. There's a little bump on the leaf. Try and get that. Okay, now I'm going to try to erase the back a little bit because, the white is definitely a lot lighter. Okay, while I'm at it, I'm going to get this highlight that goes up the side of the glass. Okay, and now if I just clean up this line, and see that little dot there, I'm going to try to get rid of that. Okay. So, wow, look at that. Looks really good, this edge here, huh? Okay. Thank you, Josh the King, for the compliment. Okay, so, oops, hey, what's happening here? Wait a minute. Okay. All right, let's see. How about we try zoom in on this area? So let's see. I'm going to try to refine this area here. There's actually that this tag. I really didn't want to draw that tag, but it's right there. So what are we going to do? Let's start with this highlight that's right here. and just to get a starting point for this area. So the highlight, the lightest part of that area is this highlight goes right down here. And I really didn't, since there's not a lot of lead on this area, you know, my highlight does not really look that highlight, because in order to get a highlight, you need, you know, contrast, and that means you need, you know, a solid shade, all that. But whatever, keep moving here. So another thing I see here, this edge right here is super sharp and clean on the end of the label, which is this area right here. So this line I decided in the wrong place, but we're going to ignore that for now and attempt to do the shadow that is in between the leaf and the label and is, you know, behind. So we're going to try to hit that. So, you know, you see I have this sort of scribbly version of that, but I think what we're going to do is just, you know, shade this whole area here. So we're going over the line. Then I don't, you can't see it probably, but there's a highlight that goes from here to here. So mindful of that highlight. Then we're going to put this little thing here, and so the objective right now is to get this, see the label of the napkin, this hard edge. We're going to try to establish that hard edge and make a really clean line. So, and like I said, to get a clean line, we're going to need a shade behind. So let me just get a little more shade here. And then we got that, and this, and then this. Okay, let's go for the hard line. So you see my label is really in the wrong place. It's the angle's off. But here we go, let's try to get the hard line. So first of all, we got going like this. So then this comes down this way. Okay, let's see if this comes. Sometimes these, you know, eraser things makes like a sticky gum that just sticks on there, but I guess we're okay in that. So it's not really white. Let's try kneaded eraser now and see if we can get that whiter. So these, you know, the tools here, they're, you know, clumsy compared to what we're trying to get, but by getting the big spaces, this is not really erasing. If you erase a lot in one spot, it sort of messes up the surface of the paper, and that might have happened to a certain extent. Now I want to get back the F pencil. We're going to try to get that line razor sharp. Okay, there we go, razor sharp. All right, now we don't really want any lines in the sketch anywhere, so you know, we have to sort of disguise our lines now. Anyway, uh, let's just try to work on this a little bit. And what we have here is, let me get it like a 5H or something like that. Let's see. 5H or 6H. I got rid of that call. Anyway, 5H. Oh, here's a 4H. Okay. Reasonably good point, so we're not going to sharpen the point. Where were we? Oh, we're trying to do this area here. So there's the highlight that I was talking about, so we're going to try to get that highlight by shading around. And so what we need is a shade like right here. So the highlight is right there to the left of where I'm shading. And oh, and there's another highlight I see that goes across the top. All right, so try to shade here just to, we're basically doing negative space that to accentuate a highlight that is on the label. And try and get a good, between this and this, that's 3B, this is 4H, so, you know, but we're trying to get a transition here so you cannot see where the difference is. Okay, so here, this is the a soft edge where the label is folding, and you know there's a fold goes all the way down here. It is like right here, so try to, and also, I mean, you can see here, let's see, you see this splotch here, that's 3B. This area here is 4H. We somehow want to get a good transition. I mean, I guess technically we should take like a, you know, a B or a 2B and you know, help make that transition, but I don't know. Anyway, I think if I just keep going on here, that we're gonna get something, and maybe not. Now I'm gonna erase a little bit of the 3B. Okay, let's try that. Erase some of the 3B. Now we're going to replace that with F. We could always try the blending stump, but I'm not a big fan of blending stump. So anyway, let's see where we're at. This. All right, I'm going to have to find a B or some medium. Here's a B. So we'll try to get this to be a smoother transition to highlight. And it's sort of working. There's a super faint, where are we here? Okay, there's a super faint highlight that goes all the way across this, if you see it right there. So now we're going to try to put that right there. And to do that, we're going to take this is going to be too big because, you know, we can only go as small as our little tip here. But now that we have erased that, we can, I'm going to take the B and just kind of make the highlight smaller. Okay, and then this, we just want this to come down. And remember, what it's all about here is the highlight right there. We're trying to get that one sharp. So let's see if we achieve that. See, there's like some gunk now collecting. You can sort of scrape that off sometimes, sometimes not. Sometimes it's all over and it's gonna stay. I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay, so spending a lot of time on this silly label, which I never even wanted to draw in the first place. Because, you know, it's a man-made thing as compared to a piece of broken glass, a pear, you know, having a man-made object is it's not really the best thing to be trying to draw. Nothing wrong with drawing it, but okay, I'm gonna say that we wasted enough time trying to do this label. Let's go see about the bottom. Here we got a shadow that comes down here. Okay, this is like dark here, gets lighter here. Good. We got to make a more pronounced thing for the bottom of the label. Okay, where's the F pencil? I don't know. Here's 4H. Okay, now I'm going to re-accentuate this front of the label here. And then here we got a super hard line. We're starting to get depth and definition, that's for sure, on this stupid label that I didn't really want to draw at all. Wow, I got a racy comment that was held for review. It was not a good comment. All right. So where are we at? Okay. This shadow, where is that? Okay. This shadow is, well, I'm looking at the different values in this shadow, especially the one that's right here. It's like a dark shadow here, triangle, and then a light shadow here. So we're gonna try to define that triangle. Where is it? Okay. So needed eraser. So this is going to take off too much, but we can always just add there. So we took off too much, but oh, and then there's a highlight right there. Let me just grab that out. All right, got the 4H here, and so we're going to soften this a little, and then we want to, the highlight is just a very slim little thing, but it's still a shadow here. This is darker than this, so we're going to make the highlight lighter, but first we need to have our, what do you call it, darker tone. Okay, so now I'm shading the whole area because this is like the area we're working on here, and then here there's a darker shadow, so I'm going to start accentuating the darker shadow. Goes down like this, and then this, that's a soft edge on this shadow. I'm going to make that softer. We got a beautiful highlight right here. You see this? There's a dynamite highlight right there, which is going to be great because that's going to make the pear really pop Oh, what am I drawing? Let's see. We're drawing this. It's a leaf, piece of glass, a pear, and right now we're working on this area right here, which is a stupid label. I didn't want to draw it all, but you know, it's right there. So for some reason I'm drawing it. Anyway, you know, I didn't really want that label in there, but whatever. So right now we're working on this shadow area right there. And I put in a shade here, and now we're gonna use the kneaded eraser and start pulling out highlights. If you see, like you see right here, there's a triangle that's light. We're gonna try to, uh, you know, make that reflected in this area right here. So here goes, triangle of light. So yeah, we really missed the boat as far as accuracy, but that's okay. So now we're taking the 4H pencil, and we're going to try to redefine the edge of the shadow. So you know, this side goes down this way, this side comes down this way, kind of goes into nothing. Okay, also there's a little highlight that goes from this point down to the left, so I'm going to try to hit that. And like I just said right here, there's a great highlight that goes on the edge of the pear. Why don't we try to hit that? So in order to hit that, I'm going to shade in the whole pear, at least the bottom edge here. That's 4H. Now I want to do the same thing with the 3B. Most of this sketch so far has been 3B, but we started using different pencils as we, you know, we're hitting those details. So this, obviously, you know, is this crude line. I want to get rid of that completely. To do that, I'm going to change it to a, I don't know, you know, a thing that's going to fade, uh, hopefully into nothing. And, you know, if you look here, you can't see that. If you look here, I would say that the pear is lighter than the leaf, right? So, you know, that this line here, which you did in the beginning to establish the proportion, is, you know, now it's getting in our way. So we gotta, I think what we're gonna do is make a highlight to say, hello, I'm a pear and I'm lighter than the leaf. So as we do these shades here, so you can see right here, what used to be this big fat ugly line is now a shade that is going, let's see, well, whatever. Anyway, um, when we shade in the whole pear, which is what I'm going to do now, then we're going to have, like, you know, the context to be pulling out highlights and refining the actual shape and form of the pear. Thank you for 3 people watching. Don't worry, we're going to really get into something good pretty soon here. All right, so now you see this highlight that's right there. I'm going to try to do that just because what we're trying to do is bring the pear forward. You know, what contrast is going to give us depth, and, you know, we got kind of a dark on the pear, so by getting this highlight behind, it should start popping out. Okay, also, I think I moved my chair because the image looks different suddenly. Okay, so here, this also, we're going to get rid of this. And right here, there's one highlight. So we can see this area right here where I'm doing the eraser. We're getting more pop and more definition. Anyway, so let's see. I guess we can work on this area right here. Where is it? Let's work on this area right here. To start with, it's, you know, I don't know if that's, I guess that's called like the root end. I should look that up. So we're going to try to get that highlight. And there's another part of it right here. And here, okay. And then this highlight kind of goes around underneath. Oh, okay, and here. All right, so we got what is pretty much a very crude representation of these highlights. There's another one here, which is like, I don't know if that you can see that. It's like a silvery reflection right here. And let's see here, that's here. In the background, try to cut this out a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to try to erase the outer edge of the pear. What I really want to erase is this thing that looks like a line, which would be the top edge of the pear. Because the top edge of the pear should be established where the pear ends and the leaf starts. I'm personally, I don't think there should be a line there. Otherwise, we are, you know, just doing an outline. What are we trying to do? A comic book here with an outline? No. I'm trying to do a sophisticated sketch. Okay, so here, so now it doesn't really look like a line anymore. Not so much. So find the 3B. Here it is. Now I'm going to try to do the lower edge of the leaf. So instead of having a line that says, hi, I'm the top of the pear, we're going to have just the leaf starts and that's where the pear ends. And that should give us a better, you know, more accurate kind of fun drawing instead of, you know, a line drawing that has little shades here and there. So here, right here, this leaf has a thing there. There's another thing here. So there's a lot of like subtle tonal differences in the leaf. We're not going to be able to get it exactly, so what we're going to have to do is exaggerate them. Like this highlight is not really, there's a lot more contrast on my sketch here than the actual leaf has. But, you know, by exaggerating them, we're going to be able to hopefully get a better depiction. So let's see, there's a little highlight here. There. So, you know, when we started, we were doing the top edge of the leaf. That looks great, right? All right. 4 likes already. Well, thank you very much for 4 likes. All right, so we have subtracted the light, and now it's time to build form. So this is the 3B. So what we're trying to do is just soften this edge we got here. It'd be good to have a hard edge at the top, so I'm going to try to get a hard edge that is not a line, but it is the edge of the leaf. I guess impatient, I'm going to just do a line here. So here we can see the line is gone, thank goodness. And so, you know, the leaf starts up here and the pear ends down here, and that is what gives us the what would be the line. So I'm very happy with that progress because, like I said, I don't really want to have lines visible. I do not know what kind of sketch paper to use that's going to hold up to a lot of back and forth erase, but I see that this area of the paper is already breaking down. Okay, so right here, this area, the pear is darker than the backgrounds, but you know, this still looks suspiciously like a line, so I'm going to try to soften that so it doesn't really look like a line anymore. And then let's see. So here we're just going to try to do the subtleties in tonal differences that are in the pear for a while. Let's see if we can bring it up to a different level of sophistication. The thing of the pear, there's all a little that texture in the pear too. I don't know if we're going to try to tackle that or not. Like I said, this area here, whoops, let me go a little bit back. Right here, there's like a silvery highlight. So I'm going to shade around where the silvery highlight is because, you know, the only way it's going to look like a highlight is if it's darker around it. Also, here there's kind of like weird highlights, which I'm going to try to hit in there. Maybe this is the time I should stop and put stop motion for the next hour. Thank you for the viewership. Okay, so now I'm looking at the pear and seeing, like, here, you know, is this darker than this? Is this lighter here? What, this thing here is like a bruise. I don't even know if I want to put that in. But, you know, like, here's the lightest area of the pear, right? And then there's this highlight here, which is lighter than that. Then we got, like, this area here is super light. So, you know, and this is darker than this. So right now I'm just going around the pear trying to match the intensity of light and dark. How about we work on the root end, because that looks very um, inaccurate. The root end, whoops. The root end is, I can't really get the angle I have, but it's like a little bunch of little stem things, leaf looking things that stick out. So let's try to get an accurate depiction of that. Best thing to do with that is the F pencil, which I gotta find the F pencil. Well, 4H, close enough. Okay. So okay, try to get a highlight. Okay, so that highlight's too much of a highlight, but you know, to get shape and form, we're gonna do it with light and dark. And to start with an exaggerated highlight is, you know, with the pencil is the good way to go. Looking for my F pencil. Being organized would be a big help here. Okay, I found the F pencil. Stop looking, I found it. Okay, so let's get a real tight shot here. When we started the drawing, this area was just, you know, a little smudge saying, hello, this is going to be the root end. But now we're trying to do excruciating detail. And it's looking better than I might have expected. Okay, now we get the whatever B pencil I got with it. Well, here's a 5B and a sharpen a 5B. It's not very sharp. Where is it? Where am I? Not too sharp. Oh, let's see. So here's a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to go like this to try to get a sharper point. Not getting very sharp. They got little sandpaper strips that you're supposed to do this kind of thing with. But I never got the sandpaper strips. Maybe someday. Maybe that'll be the next thing on the sketch tools. All right, well, it's getting a little bit sharp. All right, I guess that's going to pass for sharp. So this is 5B, so what I got here with the F pencil is just not pronounced enough, so here we're going to get a darker dark, because this area is a big, factor in definition to, recognize this as a pear when we're all done. Okay, so here, well, that looks like shiny. I don't know what the heck's happening here. Let's see. Okay, anyway, we got that, this. I guess we're gonna settle for that for right now. Now we're gonna, still with the 5B, I guess try to reinforce the area around here. Bring this up here. By getting the dark darks, which is, 5B, that's the darkest pencil I've used so far in this drawing. All this up here is 3B. We should get a better level of contrast, which will make the pear hopefully look like it's in front of the leaf. I mean, it already looks like it's in front of the leaf, but we want it to really look like boom, look high, and up here I'm in front of the leaf. So here I'm concentrating on, details in the pear, light, dark, whatever. At some point, it's a good idea, I think, to, just try to draw sketch the pear as opposed to the micro details. But